YouTube land. Says I'm live. Bandana Gramma here. And I am coming to you today from my kitchen. No glam gram because I'm going to talk about being real today. This is all part about being real, so I wasn't going to gussy myself up for YouTube today. But as long as I'm going to be talking about real subjects, I'm going to look the part today and just be me. So, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my kitchen. As well as having a chit chat today, we're going to be making corned beef and cabbage. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and we are having 3 March birthdays here. 3 of our daughters were born in March, so we're having a birthday party tomorrow night, and I'm making this to serve to the family when they come tomorrow. Hello, everyone. Who all's coming in here? I see Nella, Allie, Jatan, Bontair. Hello, Nunda. Hello, Galena, Duncan, 1900 Homestead, Sandy Farrell. I'm Irish, says Allie. One of our daughters was actually born on St. Patrick's Day, and our last name ends in SKI. They are very much Polish on their dad's side, but they also got some Irish in them, so they can celebrate Ireland too, St. Patrick's Day too, if they wish. Hello, my sister Jody's here. Alderman Farms, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Wow, good to see you guys. I so enjoyed watching all of you down at the get-together at, hello, North Dakota Pink Julie, down at Deep South Homestead. It was such a blessing to watch. I wish I could have been there. Next year for sure, Mickey will be retired and will be able to travel then. So next year we hope to make it down there. Good afternoon from Wisconsin. Hello, Cheryl. Nice to have you here. Okay, I'm going to show you what I was doing last night. I was canning. So over here in the corner, I have my canning. And this is going to be controversial subject number 1. Sorry, jerking you around here. Get the tripod. Okay, I canned 20 jars, 20 pints last night of, I've got a whole lot of black beans. Love canning dry beans because grab them off the shelf. They're all ready to use, just like if you bought them in the store, except they're so much cheaper that way. So I like to keep ahead with my beans, all different kinds. I have turkey I had left over. I canned up some of that. And I've got 4 pints of turkey broth, and this is turkey bone broth, and it's delicious. I had some last night before I canned it. I am glad to have that jarred up to use when I need it. So that's a good thing. Now, controversy. Here we go. I was watching a very well-known, hi Pick Rick, retired and prepping, very well-known, huge YouTube channel. I mean, ginormous. And she does a lot of outside canning. And I'm kind of a stickler for rules, especially when it comes to things like, which could be dangerous, like canning. So I stick close to the book, and I'm not real impressed with people who put their families in danger by not being careful with how they can. So I'm watching this big channel, and I see her say that she reuses the metal lids. And right away I'm thinking, oh no, don't be telling all your subscribers that. They always say not to do it. You're never ever supposed to reuse those lids. You're supposed to throw them away and buy new lids. Now, of course, I also have these Tatler lids. You can reuse those. But the metal lids, like this, you're supposed to throw them away. So I dismissed it and thought, oh, she shouldn't have done that. So last night I'm canning, and I'm running out of lids. And I did save a lot of my metal lids because I thought, you know, when I put something in the refrigerator and I want to just cap it and put it in there, I need a lid to put on top. It's good for that. If I dehydrate some food, I could probably use it for that. Just for storing things, I need a lid. So, you know, I'll just use a reuse one for that. So that's why I had a bunch on hand. And also in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, if the apocalypse happens and we can't, our money's no good, or if we can't buy lids anymore, then maybe it'd be worth seeing if you could use old lids, because having old ones rather than none is better. So last night I said I'm going to do an experiment, and I took 4 of my old lids and I recanned with them. So here's my thoughts. These things are stuck on here like gangbusters. They're not coming off. So I'm thinking, so what's the harm if they work? Yeah, the harm could be if after you can it, you're looking at you test them and they come off, well, then you got to recan the whole thing or use it up right away, and that's a pain, and you might be wasting food, especially if you did a lot and it all did that. Well, I did 4, and every one of them are really on here tight. And then I thought, well, could they come, maybe they're afraid they're going to let loose while they're being held after you can them, while they're in storage. And that could be dangerous. It is so tight. I don't see that happening. So, and then when I go to use it, if when I open it, I hear that nice vacuum pop, and I know it canned well, what's the harm? So now I have a perplexing question. Why do they say don't reuse them if they can up so well? You know, is there another? So if you know there's a reason other than that they may not seal when you can, which these definitely did, I'd like to hear it. I don't want to purport anyone do something that's dangerous, and I'm not telling you to do what I did, but I tested 4 of them. Golly, they're on there tight. So I don't know. So comment below if you have some answers for me about why you shouldn't at least try it. And like I said, when time comes you don't have any and you need them, it might be worth saving them. Just a thought. So I take it back, Starry, what I said about I thought it was a very bad idea for you to say that. Maybe there is a reason why it is, but I can't come up with it. All right, let's see what's here. Alderman Farms, it was so much fun at the gathering. I know it was. It was fun for us to watch from home. Whew, okay. All right, everybody saying hello to each other. That's wonderful. Be community here. Subscribe to each other. Timber Creek Farm can't stay long. Has a doctor appointment. She'll catch up with the video. Okay, honey. Thanks for saying hello. So you will buy more. Nunda, that's exactly what went through my mind. You know, is it a marketing ploy? Go buy more. These things are stuck on tight. I'm keeping mine also now, says Patty. Well, like I said, I don't want to tell you to do that, but I did it and that was my result. So it is controversial. They want you to buy new ones. That's true. I think that might be true. I always hear they won't seal right, but not sure. That's what I thought too, but can't prove it by me. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie is from Norway. So we got someone here all the way from Norway. I'm glad you caught me, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, what time is it over there now? Anne-Marie bought a pair of my mittens, and she told me even in Norway, they kept her hands really warm. Angie's Pantry was also at the gathering. She had a great time. Next time, I hope you can go, Bandana Gramma. That's the plan. I'm hoping I can too. Out of Goshen, hello. I love all these folks coming by to say hello. Out of Goshen was also at the gathering down at Deep South Homestead. They had a wonderful time. Living on a dime. Okay, back on my something or other. Normal channel, gotcha. Okay. I look at my used lids, and if they seem in good shape, I put them in a separate container to use again. Wow, you rebel. You're a rebel, Nunda. Yeah, I am a go by the rules girl, but golly, I'm thinking twice now because I just made a little experiment and they are stuck on like gangbusters. So, okay. If you know a reason why I shouldn't do it, if they stick on tight like that, let me know because I don't want to do anything. Hey, I'm a wild woman, says Nanda. That is true, Nanda. You're a wild one. Okay, now I'm going to get started with my corned beef and cabbage. So hang on while I move you. I'm picking you all up. We're coming over here to my Instapot. It's not really an Instapot, not by the brand name anyway. Mine is by Maxomatic and it's called an Elite Electric Pressure Canner. So what I've done is I've washed my corned beef. It's about 4.6 pounds of corned beef in here. This stuff was not cheap. I paid like $18 for this. It was, I think, $3.99 a pound maybe. Probably not the best price, but I was in a spot where I just had to get it or not get it. So I got it because we're having the birthday party tomorrow and I wanted to cook it up. So maybe not my best buy on corned beef, but there it is. And what I need to do is put in 4 cups of water and the little packet of seasoning. Let me grab that. You can make your own seasoning. I just didn't want to be bothered today. I could barely get ready for this live stream. And it may prove that I'm not ready for the live stream. Okay. Here's my packet of seasoning. Just going to throw that in there. What I love about cooking meat in a pressure cooker is that all the seasonings get infused into the meat better than if you just cooked it on the stove or in the oven because of the pressure. Okay. I'm filling water from my Berkey. I love this Berkey. I'm a frugal person. It killed me to pay the money it cost, but it's proven it's worth it. And I'll tell you why. Okay, there's 4 cups of water. Putting that in. And that's all I'm putting in there. I'm going to put the lid on. Seal it up. Make sure it's in the lock position. And I'm going to put it on high. Let's see. I am going to cook it. This is going to take longer than usual. I'm pretty sure I was told 70 minutes. That seems like an awful long time for me. Now I'm confused because I didn't write it down. Let me cancel it. Meat and chicken, pressure cooker time. All right, I'm pushing meat. That only wants 12 minutes. I know it needs a lot longer than that because of the corned beef and how thick it is. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to try 30 minutes. I wish I'd written it down because I looked it all up and now I forget what it said. All right, I'm going to put it on 30 and it should be tender at that. If not, I'll put it in for more. Now, the one recipe said to cook your meat, take it out, you know, then you got to wait for the pressure to come down and then you take your meat out and then to put your veggies in and cook them for just 3 minutes. Well, you're all not going to be on here all that long, so I'm not going to be showing all that. In fact, I don't want to chance them being mushy. I love cabbage when it's cooked right. I do not like cabbage when it's all overcooked and mushy. So over here I got my veggies. I've got a great big head of cabbage that I cut into wedges. I was given these beautiful little baby potatoes, and I think they'll be wonderful in corned beef and cabbage. So I've got those. I cut up 2 pounds of carrots. We got a big family, so I have to make enough. And I got 2 good sized onions here, which I cut up. Now, my choice was, how do I want to cook them? I could oil them up, put them in the oven and roast them and serve them that way with the corned beef. I had set this up thinking maybe I want to steam them. So I had my wok there, and I had this on top, and I was going to put some veggies in here and steam them. That would keep the color, would make them taste good if I watched them carefully so they didn't overcook. Or I could put them in my crock pot and let them sit in water overnight, and then tomorrow morning put it on low and watch it carefully. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because I got a whole day ahead of time to cook them, and I don't want them to turn to mush, so I'm not going to cook them long. And I got enough. I could do it a couple of ways and see what turns out best, I suppose. So look at these beautiful potatoes. These are actually from Trader Joe's, so they're organic. See the rainbow colors? We have a friend that belongs to a church, and Trader Joe's is good that when they have extra stuff, they donate to churches. They don't get rid of it like a lot of grocery stores do. And they just had an abundance of certain things, and they knew we had a big family, so they sent it over to us to share, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put a bunch of those in here. I'm going to put the cabbage in. Hopefully the potatoes are small enough that they won't cook that much longer than the cabbage. Put those in. Throw in onions. Bunch of rough cut carrots. And I already have some water in there. Okay, so I'll get my lid. Where did I stick? Here it is. Here's my lid. And I'm going to turn that on low just to get it. I think I'm going to cook it partially tonight and the rest tomorrow, so it won't get overcooked. I'll cook some tonight and some tomorrow. So that's not necessarily how-to on corned beef and cabbage. That's just how I'm throwing it together tonight so we can have it for our party tomorrow. Goodness, you're making me hungry, says Shelly. All right, let me see where I left off with the comments. People saying hello to Anne Marie. Hello, Darlene. Hello, Lee Lizzo, is that what it says? Right, saving lids for other things. That's true. And that was my mindset too. I never thought I would try them, but last night I did, and they worked. Duncan 1900 was at the gathering and had a good time, and was happy to see everybody. Out of Goshen loves corned beef and cabbage. I only reuse on small batches and only one more time. Yep, that makes sense, Nanda. I love the packet that comes with the corned beef. I love my Berkey. Me too. Okay, that's what I was going to talk about next. Now, our water here at the house, we have well water. And you'd think that'd be fine. And we had it tested, and it doesn't have iron or bacteria or any problems like that. But it's very acidic. And what it's doing is it's eating the pipes, the copper pipes. If you ever saw copper roofs on buildings, you know how they turn that light green color? Well, that's what was happening to our fixtures in the house. The sinks and the toilet and the tub would get this green color on it because the acidic water was eating the pipes, and it was coming out and staining our fixtures. And we knew it didn't taste good either because it had that metallic taste in it, and it can't be good for you. So we needed to get like a whole house filter. We've been in this house 30 years. It should have been done a long time ago, but it wasn't. We had very little money for a very long time with a very large family. So we didn't ever get that done. It also makes pinhole leaks in your pipes because it eats through. So we had some repairs that had to do there. Well, we were buying bottled water to drink, and even if you only pay 87 cents a gallon, it adds up because there's a lot of water that gets used here. So I heard about the Berkey, and it was expensive. And I thought, and I tried other pitcher type filters. Then I read up on the Berkey some more, and I heard some testimonials, and they were all saying that it's not just a filter; it's a water purifier. It says you can take water out of the lake and even a swamp, some people were saying, and throw it in that thing, and when it comes out, you got pure drinking water. And it talked about how it takes viruses out, it takes all kinds of stuff out. Well, I went ahead and bit the bullet, and this Berkey right there is called the Big Berkey. It's not the biggest, but it's called the Big Berkey. And I bought the little thing that it's sitting on, that little shelf thing, so it's easy to get cups under it. And I bought the two black filters that go in it. And it was like $280, and that was a good deal. I mean, I really had to search to find that price. And I got it, what's his name? Prepper guy. If I remember, I'll put a link below. But he gave the best deal I could find on it. And it's been great. It's easy to use. You just fill it up, and the water comes through, and it tastes great. My iced tea is now crystal clear, where before it was always a little cloudy. It's a great thing. So I don't get anything for telling you about that, but I really like it, and I'm glad I spent the $280 on it. It's going to pay for itself for all the jugs of water we were buying. Okay. Beautiful potatoes. Yeah, they are. I've been thinking about getting an Instant Pot. I like mine. This is Angie. I will reply later. I got to get my sprouted bread going. Big hugs. Love you, girlfriend. I wanted to make sure I stopped by and showed your channel love. I appreciate that, Angie. And Rosanna's not a fan of corned beef. That's okay. Let's see. Allie has been cooking meat, but don't eat it much. I'm a tofu and seafood girl. Who knew? Not me. Okay, I've been thinking about getting an Instant Pot. Beautiful potatoes. Let's see, I'm backtracking here. Wonder if I cook cabbage. Wonder if I cook cabbage in an air fryer. Haven't tried that. Rebel Rose, shalom. I overcooked cauliflower in my Instant Pot and turned it to mush. Yeah, that would be easy to do. Hello, Shelley. 1870s, hello. Goodness, you're making me hungry. I made boiled dinner the other night, very similar. Yeah, I have a video up on me making a boiled New England dinner. Mountain Mama, hello, Bandana, she says. Hello, Mountain Mama. It's just me, Sarah. Hello. Pearson family, hello. Francis from Oklahoma. Hello, Francis from Oklahoma. Welcome to Bandana Gramma. Hit that thumbs up, says Aldermans. Thank you. That does help my channel. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time here because when I upload this video, people are going to get tired of me standing here staring at my screen. Is there a lot of work involved with the burqa? Sorry, a spell. Not a bit. Not a bit. You just set it up, pour the water. You have to screw. At first, you have to screw the two filter thingies in, but that's just a matter of a nut and a screw, and you do that. Hardly any work at all. just screw it together and you're in for it, and you rinse it out and you run a couple of, I think you run it through a couple of times and then you can start using it. How often do you change in the price there for the the price of filters for the Berkey? Okay, that's another good thing. I think the Berkey filters are supposed to last like 10 years, which is unheard of. And it's about probably $100 to replace it. But for the length of time they last, that's good. Now, every once in a while, okay, you asked about, Julie, you asked about the work. One thing you do need to do is every once in a while take the filters out and scrub them. Not too often, not too often at all, maybe a couple times a year. And that usually happens if, like, if you go away and you let the water level get low, they kind of dry and age. You want to always try and keep the water level up on them. But you wait till it goes out and it's low and then you fill it. Because, I don't know how to explain it, but there's an upper chamber. Let me show you. And a lower chamber. And this is what you fill. You fill the upper chamber and it goes into the lower. And if you have water in the lower and you fill the upper, it acts like one chamber and it will overflow out of the top of the spigot. So you can't put more than 2 gallons in at a time. You just got to be mindful of that, or it will overflow out of the little hole on top of the spigot. We had that happen when I first got it because I didn't understand that. I thought I could just keep filling it up, and you can't. Alderman Farms gave me a hug ticket in advance. Oh, thank you. That is my second ever, what do you call those? Super chat. My second ever super chat. Thank you, Tommy. You're Thank you very much. That was so sweet. Heather Going Batty, welcome. Another good channel, Going Batty. Check her out. She and her family, great channel. LDS Prepper. Mud Pie Girl, how did you know? Yes, LDS Prepper was where I bought that. He has a great deal on him. If you contact him, he gives you a discount. Okay. Corned beef, 90 minutes in natural release. Thank you, Patty. I thought it was 70, and then I couldn't remember what I read, so I'll change that. Thank you. I needed to know that. Once you get spoiled by Berkey water, tap water tastes awful. True. We go to a restaurant. I used to order water all the time. Don't want to drink that water anymore, especially when you can taste that awful chlorine in it. It's supposed to be my hug ticket. You got one. Not that you needed one, Tommy, but you got one. Yes, LDS Prepper on YouTube. That's the guy. I have cabbage, but I'm not a fan of corned beef. My husband likes it. Love your channel. From Utah. Thank you, Liz. I'm so happy to have you here. Hello, Picket Fence, Rosanna, Linda Parker, Mud Pie Girl. Okay, hopefully I got everybody. If I didn't or you had a question, put it back up again, and I'll try and answer it. Now, let me see what else I had to talk about here. Okay. Channel drama. I wanted to talk about channel drama because I don't want any, and I don't take part in any. And I think all I wanted to say about that was we need to be adults here, you know. I've seen so much going on in channels, which is like not even high school, grade school and middle school, where it seems like all these terrible comments toward each other are like either jealousy or insecurities or just plain bad upbringing or something. You know, where's your quality of life if you're putting down other people? I don't get it. Like, I have friends with channels. I'm thinking of one in particular. She has a much larger channel than I do. We're very good friends. We support each other. We don't agree on everything. There's quite a few things we don't agree on, but I don't put her down and she doesn't put me down. And we say, oh, okay, you know, well, this is how I feel about it. We don't say you're wrong. That's not the way it is. Or, you know, anything. You grow up and you be personable and kind and you put your faith ahead of your pride, and you do the right thing. And that is how you don't have channel drama. If you get hurt by somebody on a channel, I've been hurt by somebody on a channel, had something happen I didn't think would ever happen to me, but it did, and I didn't hash it over. I didn't drag it out. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I went on and wished the best on that person and still support that person in any way I can. And that is what I'm called to do by my faith, not to let my feelings get hurt, let my pride get in the way, let my self-defense get in the way, but to do the right thing. So please, people, no more drama on all these channels. It's not the place to do it. If you have a problem with somebody, you go privately to that person and you talk about it and you reason with each other and you work it out. Okay, that's controversy number 2 I wanted to talk about. Drama on the channels. No need for it. Okay. In our house, we say we do comedy, we do tragedy, but we do not do drama. Good for you, Heather. That is so right. Agree to disagree. Absolutely. Okay, case in point, my sister Jody. We don't agree on everything. I love that woman, and she loves me. She doesn't agree on everything I do. She thinks I'm kind of weird in some of my stances, but she loves me, and I love her. That's what you need to do, is put your faith ahead of your feelings or your personal opinions. Okay. They're not mature and not childlike. That's right. But at the same time, we have to grant them, as I look at this situation I had, I have to grant them that that's where they are right now. I pray for them, and I realize that when I was that age, I might have done something similar. So don't be judging each other. Just have some love. Yes, be happy for each other and support each other. Differences are what makes us better. Another thing, like we have 7 kids. They are all so different. Very different. I mean, we've got one who's a vegan. We've got one who's very, very reliant on herself. We got one who is more of a homebody and is a servant to other people. They're all different. That's okay. You nurture them through where they are, and that family learns to work together. And then when you go out into the world, you know how to deal with people. So, yeah, everybody's different. Golden rule, do unto others. That's right. All right, what Jody say that was funny? I missed that. Somebody said LOL, Jody. Amen, Jody. Agree to disagree. That's not funny. That's true. Okay, I guess I missed it. we are one weird family. Yeah, we are. We 3 sisters are all very different. My sister Patty, I'm the middle child, and then Jody is younger than I. We're all very different, each of us. So, yep, what would Jesus do is my motto. That's right. And you know, whatever your faith is, it's true though. If you walk the walk before you talk the talk. Yeah, leaving channels because of hypocrisy. You know, I'm tempted. You know, I'm tempted to react out of my own righteous indignation, or which is a kind way of saying selfishness, I think sometimes, or my own hurt feelings, my own insecurities, and to lash back. I'm tempted, but I have to check myself and say, Susie, put your faith ahead of your feelings right here. All right. Christy, I took my phone out to hang out clothes and my dog was watching Bandana Gramma. Now that's pretty funny. Well, I guess I'm glad he likes my channel. She. We are created to be different. Think he likes her voice. That is funny. Should I whistle? I got a mean whistle. Should I whistle? All right. No two people think exactly alike. It would be a boring world if we did. It doesn't matter if anyone's right or wrong. You know, it's good for us to go up against challenges and different opinions, and you know, we rub the rough edges off each other that way when we learn to do it right. Okay, so that was controversy number two, was the drama mamas on on the channels. Got to grow up, not do that anymore. Okay. Right, this one's kind of a silly one, but I wanted to address it because some people had asked me about it. Makeup and hair. Now, I'm purposely no glam gram today because I wanted you to see the real me and not have my makeup or my hair done. I just got wash and wear hair today and no makeup because I want each of us to be who we feel we want to be and not what society and the world says we need to be. Like, the world will tell me as a woman who's coming of age, you know, I'm a lot closer to 70 than I am 60, and they'll tell me, you know, I need to cut my hair and wear certain clothes and be a certain way, and that's just not me. So why should I act that way? What I say lately now, like if I'm in braids with a hairband with a bandana, I'll say I'm old enough now to wear my hair the way I want to wear it, and I'm not going to change it just because society says I should look a certain way because of my age. That's not me. I'm not defined by my age. I just don't get that. So, you know, how the young folks can act out and go bizarre, just everything against what their family raises them as because they want to act out and be on their own. You reach a certain, it's kind of like the Red Hatters, the older women who go out and do a lot of things together, and they say they're going to live the way they always wanted to live when they were younger, and we're told they couldn't. Well, that's what I'm thinking, that you just, you do you do you, and I'll do me, and we appreciate each other. And there are days I want to put the makeup on and look kind of cute, and I'll curl my hair and make it fancy or whatever. But I'm not afraid to show you me, because this is the real me. This is me with nothing. And I got blotches, you know. I've got circles under my eyes. I've got crow's feet. I've got triple chins, you know. Be you and love each other the way you are. If you want to color your hair, color your hair. If you don't want to color your hair, don't color your hair. But don't bother the woman who wants to do opposite you. All right. Now, where are we going here? Suburban Hillbilly says, that's what I love about Bandana Gramma. She's always the same person all the time. I can't keep up with being different people. I'd lose track. I have to just do me. I can't do anybody else. I'm no glamour every day. Well, Mud Pie, good for you. You keep doing that. If that's you, that's you. Retired and prepping, you're very kind. Hey, Hope. Glad to have you here, honey. Okay, you're all being very sweet now. You should be who you are, not who other people think you should be. That's right. I like my hair, and my family wants me to cut it. It's not that long, but I still like the 50s look. Then you do you. You do you well. I also was told to cut my hair. It hasn't been this long since the 70s. Yeah, I had hair down to my behind a while back, a long while back. Yes, real beauty comes from within. That's the part you got to nurture and explore and let it be beautiful. Takes a lot of energy not to be yourself. That's true. That's very true, Christy. Yep, real beauty comes from the heart. Yep. Heather wants to be like me when she grows up. That's funny. All right. Diane Padilla, just found your channel from Living on a Dime. Glad to be here. Welcome, Diane. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm sorry, I told you not to let your hair grow gray last month. She did. We were, we were talking about whether, a lot of the homesteading community have stopped coloring their hair. And, that's great. It's not good for you. It's not good for your hair. It's not good for absorbing into your scalp, especially the darker colors. But I'm not sure I'm ready to let my gray all grow out yet. I may come to that point, but right now I'm not so sure I want to do that. And Jody said, "Don't stop coloring your hair." Now she says, "I'm sorry I told you that." I love you, Jody. I know she's joking around though. We know each other well enough and love each other enough. It doesn't matter a bit. Girl, I'm only 31 and starting to gray. I'm excited. I'm not coloring it again. I can't wait to have gray streaks. It's just me, Sarah. It's funny. That's just how I've always been and taught it to my kids. Now they say it to others who feel pressured. That's right. Retired and Prepping says, I'm gray haired. I used to color my hair, but quit that 15 years ago. I may be getting close to doing the same thing. Gray is my wisdom highlights. That's right. And Jody loves me back. I know she does. Mountain Mama, I don't color mine either. I've had gray hair since I was 18, says Duncan. I can let go of many things, but cannot grow gray yet. Galena, that's okay, Galena. You do you. you know? Love that, Darlene McFate. I might get a permit for so many years, but that's it, says Mountain Mama. My daughter and mother grayed in their 20s. Yep. I have extremely thick hair. It was very long a year ago. I had it cut super short and it feels wonderful. I'm not one for putting on appearances. Okay. Great. I've been gray since I was 19 and I stopped coloring my hair because it wouldn't hold color anymore. And now, Heather is gorgeous with her gray coming in with her dark hair. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. All right. See if I got another topic. Are you ready for any more? Canning lids, drama, makeup and hair. How about marriages? Okay, I've got just a very little bit to say about that. Yes, Heather is a beautiful lady. Okay, marriages. The one thing I want to say about that is that marriages are thought of as disposable way too easily. There are times a marriage can come to an end and it's the right thing to do, but there are many, many, many other times where people just give up too easy. And again, it comes back to either hurt feelings or pride. Pride gets in the way so much, and not growing up and learning how to deal with things instead of just running or throwing things away. If any of you have watched my series, My Faith Journey, you know we had our own difficulties in our marriage when I was younger. And the Lord was good and saw us through them. And it could have turned many different ways. And I think that's the same for all people. You got to do what's right for you, but don't give up too soon. I'm not saying divorce is wrong, because there are times when, even biblically, it is absolutely okay. But don't be too quick. Don't give up too soon. Hang in there and have some faith that the Lord can work in there if two people are willing to work at it. And even if it's just one to start, give it some time to see if you turn it over to him, if the Lord might go down that route with you too. Just saying, don't be too hasty. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm not judging anybody, because there are times when, yes, separation and divorce is the way you need to go. But this society makes it sound like vows mean nothing. So please think twice before giving up. And if you are a person of faith, put that faith in action and give the Lord a chance to do some work there. And it just may be that your marriage is worth saving. So, and you want to know my story, you can go watch my faith journey on my channel. That's all for that. I don't want to say anything else. I love your faith journey. Time to rewatch. Thank you, Allie. My grandma said the secret to staying married is to not want a divorce at the same time. That's pretty good. Loved your faith videos. Thank you, Darlene. Heather loved my faith journey story. Thank you. It's helped a lot of people. I was really afraid to put it out there because it is so personal, but I felt I was led to do it, to put it out there, and the Lord has shown me that it was the right thing to do because so many people told me how much it's helped. That's right. Retired and prepping. I understand that. The Lord gets you through each side of it. All right, I need to get a tissue. I'm sorry. Hang on a sec. Okay. Every marriage has issues. Take the good with the bad, except for a few exceptions. I wish it was harder to get married, then there would be less divorce. Speaking from 29 years experience. Amen. Okay, so that's what I got to say about marriage. Not a whole lot. Just enough to make you think about it. Okay, politics and faith. All right, here we're back to pretty much what I said with the drama. You know, you need to put, abuse ended a bad choice for me, and love and patience has made me happy for the next 30, blessed to a good man. Absolutely. Yeah, people can be judgmental, Sarah, that's true. 67th anniversary, that's wonderful. My husband and I celebrate our 50th anniversary this October. So we're excited about that. Okay, politics and faith. If you are political and you are a person of faith, you have to be careful not to let your politics dictate what your faith choices are, or rather let your faith choices have more influence over your politics. I've seen so many people come into heated discussions over politics when politics are so of the world, to get caught up in them. I mean, the world's going to do what the world's going to do. You can have a voice, you can have a vote, you can have an opinion, but be careful not to let politics and worldly driven ideas be the thing that motivates you in your opinions and how you treat people, especially. It's back to they can have a different opinion than you and you can still love them. Even though it touches on some issues that are very sensitive to you, I understand that. But you have to meet, like the Lord does with us. He meets us where we are, just as we are, and he brings us to where he wants us to be. So meet them where they are and let the Lord deal with them. And you can let your own faith show in how you treat them rather than letting your anger or irritability show. You know, you have to make these choices. And politics, that's why they say don't discuss politics or religion. Be careful. Don't let politics mess up your testimony. That's what I want to say, because you can really go down the wrong road there. Thank you, Allie. Okay, next subject. Told you I was going to be controversial today. Bandana Gramma, this is as controversial as I get. All right, raising kids. The Lord knows that we have not done it perfectly. We tried, we really tried, and there were things that we should have done a little differently, probably. Not probably, definitely. Even while we were trying to do it right, we did it wrong. Heather says, I always felt that my political beliefs are my own and very personal. I don't share them with others. That's perfectly fine. I don't share mine either, usually. I'm not ultra political anyway. And just as a side note on the political discussion, the TV political channels and all that, you know, whether you watch Fox News or whether you watch CNN and all the liberal and the conservative and all that, that goes on and on and on and on ad nauseum. You can come down where you feel comfortable. It's probably be in the middle somewhere, not one or you may be way out on the other end, one way or the other. But just remember that the people on the radio programs and on the TV, they are all millionaires. All those popular people are millionaires, and they only make money when they are controversial. So they can get a whiff of a scandal or a whiff of a hint of something, and they can blow it out. Both sides now blow it up beyond any point of recognition just to make a story out of it, and then influence people that way. So you have to be careful. You don't listen to all that stuff. You know, you may come down hard on one side or the other, but you can't believe it all. You know, it's probably the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, and then the country goes down the tubes because people are playing politics instead of trying to be good citizens. So that's what I got to say about that. I agree, and nothing ruins a holiday or family gathering faster than that discussion. That is true. We had ministers and politicians in the family, says Christy. That must have been interesting at the dinner party. When the news starts bashing someone, I change the channel. Yep. Trying not to get political is hard when you have different views. Not to get political. Yeah. Okay. Did I already choose another? Politics and faith, marriages, canning lids, raising kids. I was coming to raising kids. All right. The kids today are spoiled. Even the ones coming from Christian homes that are supposed to teach them differently, because the world's influence is just too strong. And if they're out in public with their friends and all, they're going to be pulled one way or another, and it's hard to have a positive influence on the kids. But you have to do what you know is right. I'm going to give one example of something we did, I think, right in our family. We didn't do it all right, but this I think we did right. And that was that, for instance, we didn't have a lot of money because my husband was teaching in a Christian school and we had 7 kids. That was our choice. We qualified for food stamps. We didn't go on food stamps. That was our choice. We decided that I would just pinch pennies, and he'd work an evening job and I would work a part-time job at home, and I would cook rice and beans and chicken, and you know, we'd have peanut butter and jelly for lunch and oatmeal for breakfast, and we would just stretch our pennies, and we would be happy doing it, beating the system and not having to take food stamps. That's what we decided. I didn't want the world paying for our decision to have a large family and to have my husband teach in a Christian school. That was our thinking on that. So when my older kids were young, and if you may have heard me tell the story before, because I have, but when my older kids were young, we were quite poor. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have even middle money. We were really stretching it. And so those kids learned that, you know, we had to say no a lot. And they, like I said, got oatmeal for breakfast. I'd pack them peanut butter and jelly and an apple for lunch. Nothing wrong with that. It was good, nutritious food. And at night, we'd have a nice meal with chicken and cornbread, or, you know, chili and beans and rice. I made it work. But when it came to seeing things on TV and wanting the toys for Christmas and wanting the name brand clothing and all that, the finances weren't there to do that. And while I felt for them because they were in a Christian school where there were both affluent and not affluent kids going, they felt a little bit of a sadness over not being able to get some of the things they wanted, but they learned to deal with it. I shopped at the Goodwill and thrift stores a lot. They looked really good. You know, they had nice clothing. Now, fortunately at school they wore uniforms at the Christian school they were at. And we went to the uniform exchange and got those cheap. So that was good. But they didn't have to compare clothing at school because they all wore the same uniform. Just maybe the shoes were different. So my husband left the Christian school teacher and he started working elsewhere. And our younger kids started going to a public school for a while. And my youngest daughter was raised a little differently than my oldest daughter because we had more money by the time my youngest daughter came along. And she got a little spoiled. She got a little entitled. And when I used to shop for school shopping for my older kids, you know, just the paper and the book bags and all that, it was hard. I mean, they wanted these, what do they call them, T99 calculators or something the school said they had to have. We didn't have money for that. It was tough. And by the time my youngest came along, we could do those things. And it was, the rest of the kids were just about out of school, so there was only she and another in school at that point, I think. Well, I was taking her shopping. I think I had like $200 to take with me, which was unbelievable. I mean, we had good money to take shopping to get some school supplies. And we went into a department store, it was a Kmart or a Walmart or something, and we were going to get a book bag for her. So we went to the book bag section, and she picked up this bag she wanted. And it looked like a big purse. You know, it was wide on the top, and it was only about that deep. And it had these big straps, and she liked the print on it. And she said, "This is what I want for a book bag." And I said, "Jana, that won't hold your books. It doesn't have support. It'll fall apart easy. And your notebook's too tall. It'll fall out of there." And she said to me, "You just don't want to buy me anything." Well, Mom doesn't put up with that stuff. Not at all. So I said, "You know what? You are right." And I took her out of the store. My husband was parking the car. He had dropped us off. He was walking in the door as I was walking out. He says, "You done already?" I said, "Yeah, I'm done completely. We're going home." And he says, "Uh-oh." He knew something had happened. So we went home, and I talked to my daughter, and I said, "I had every intention of buying you plenty of things today, but with that attitude, I'm not buying you anything. If you want new clothes for school, you can work and earn the money to pay for them. I'll pay you $8 an hour, and you can do housework, and you can do this, and you can do that, but I'm not buying you new clothes for school. Your old clothes are perfectly fine." I said, "I'll get you some essentials that you need, but that's it, and you're going to pay for the rest." And that's what we did, and she started working around the house, and she earned some money, and she bought a few things for school, and she learned a lesson. Now, my daughter Mandy, who's the oldest, was always getting put out by the youngest because she seemed a little entitled because, like I said, our finances had changed and she was getting different things that her older siblings didn't get. So Mandy, when Jana would say something that was kind of entitled, Mandy would say, "Who raised you?" She said, "We had peanut butter and jelly for lunch every day and we liked it. We had non-fat dry milk on our oatmeal, and we liked it." And so when I came home and I told Mandy, well, this is what she's going to do. She's earning her own money. She's going to pay for her own clothes. And she said, "You're paying her $8 an hour." So you see, I couldn't win for losing. But don't be afraid to say no to your kids. Don't let them play keep up with the Joneses. And don't you play keep up with the Joneses because you don't want to be in debt. We got out of debt. We made very little money, but our house is paid for. We have absolutely no debt. And I thank the good Lord for giving us the sense to know not to run up credit cards and to live within our means. And now we're much more comfortable because we did that. So be careful about that. Don't keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses are probably in debt and living on credit cards, and they're just showing you the flashy stuff they buy. So, yeah, raising kids, make them do what they need to do to learn the value of a dollar, to learn to get along with each other so they can get along out in the world. I think some of the things we did wrong was very early on, I was looking more for correct behavior than I was a correct spirit about things. So I could threaten and get the behavior I wanted, but it wasn't necessarily instilling the right attitude and heart that I wanted. And I learned to correct that. So also, I didn't let, I think, my older children express themselves as much as I should have. There's no shame in expressing how they feel, but I think because we had such a big family and there was so much chaos going on, I kind of tried to squash things as they started, and I might not have let them express themselves as much as they needed to and hear them. And I would do that differently now. So let that be a lesson to anybody raising kids. Don't be too overly concerned about so concerned about the getting the behavior you want that you want to encourage their spirit while maybe breaking their will a bit, but not breaking their spirit. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. Well, let's see what else we got here. Parenting ain't for sissies. You got that right, honey. We've been through some hard stuff, really hard stuff that I don't go into. Thank you, Rebecca. She said she'd give me more than one thumbs up if she could. Yep, kids are very spoiled. If people put God first and take their issues to Him in prayer, prayer matter on the subject, it's a win-win. That's right. Yep. Bandana, you help me feel centered. Oh, Allie, thank you. Bye, Rebecca. Yay, retired prepping. Used to have credit cards, but I don't now. I am debt free and worked till I was 76 years old to get that way. Well, kudos to you. That's amazing. Something flashed through my mind I wanted to say as I was reading that about kids again. I think I'm having a senior moment. It's not there anymore. If it comes back, I'll mention it. Okay, so did I push any of your buttons yet with my controversial talking here? All right, I think I'll leave it at that. That's probably going far enough. So I'm not going to be able to show you the end of my cooking. I will take pictures and put it on my Facebook page. And I'll try and get a shot to put on the YouTube channel when I maybe put up something about the meal, about this meal that I made. What else have I got going on? I can peddle my wares here a little bit. I got these mugs now, Bandana Gramma mugs, if you want to support my channel. Thank you, Jody. I won't forget to reset the timer. These Bandana Gramma mugs, they're not cheap. I had to pay good money for them, and the ship them out is expensive. So really, they're for to support my channel. If you like them, they're fun, but they're going to be $18 plus shipping. So I'm trying to get cheaper shipping, but the shipping looks like it's going to be upwards of $7. That's a lot. So you're going to have to really want to support my channel to say you want one of these. If you do, go to my my Facebook page, or send me an email, and all those links are down below. You can find them down below if you want one of my mugs. And I've got my aprons on my Etsy page. My Etsy page is called Bandana Gramma Crafts. That's also going to be down below, so you can click on that. I am a, what do you call it? Can't remember the right word, but Tara from Living on a Dime has made a deal with me that if anybody buys her book, this great cookbook, you probably all heard about it, Dining on a Dime, through my channel gets a few bucks, and you get the book for the same price, and everybody's happy. So that link will be down below as well. Let me see if there's anything else. I like your mug. Thank you. You're a wild woman. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Love her cookbook. It is a great cookbook. I bought, before I became affiliate. That's the word, affiliate. before I became an affiliate with Tara for this book, I had bought 6 of them myself. I think actually I bought 5 and then I won. I think I ended up with 7. I bought 5 and I won 2 of them, and I gave them away to my daughters. Good book. Okay, my oldest daughter works with kids who have behavioral problems. Okay, good topic today. Catch the rest later. Love you, bye. Okay, Julie, everybody, I'm going to be signing off. Hubby said he's taking me for dinner tonight. So I think I will go in and put on a little war paint, maybe curl my hair a little bit, and go out to dinner with the hubsters. And we'll see you all next time I go live. Please leave your comments below. Please like my channel. And come back next time. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be able to be notified. Hit the little bell, and you'll be able to be notified when I put up another live stream or one of my videos post. Bye, all.